All right, exercise 4, we're back again. Okay, astrologers, not to be confused with astronomers. Astrologers are the people that like read stars for signs. Astrologers claim that your personality traits are determined by the position of the planets in relation to you at birth. Scientists argue that these gravitational effects are so small that they are insignificant, which means they don't really matter. Compare the gravitational attraction between you and Mars, assuming you were born when like Mars is like closest to you or whatever, to the gravitational attraction, I'm thinking of babies, contraction. Gravitational attraction between you and your 70-kilogram doctor at the moment of your birth. The doctor stands half a meter away, 0.5 meters away, right? So, let's highlight. So, let's see. The mass of the doctor is here, 70 kilograms. The mass of Mars, mm, is this. And then the distance to Mars is this. This is the average distance between Earth and Mars. Cool. The distance varies as to... Okay, cool. So, yeah. And then your mass at birth, I think we're assuming you are 3.5 kilograms. Okay, so we know it's another compare. So I'm just going to... Where's the compare? Where does it say? Blah, 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 compare. That means we're going to have to do this twice. But it's easy because it's the same thing we've been doing, right? So, focus it up. There we go. Bam. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do, as always, I'm going to write my formula. Gravitational force equals gravitational constant times mass of the first object times mass of the second object divided by the distance squared. Okay, so let's do it. So, gravitational force. So we're going to do between Mars and between you and Mars. It's Mars, right? Yeah. You plus Mars. Okay, so equals gravitational constant 6.67 times 10 to the minus 11 times your mass 3.5 kilograms, okay, times the mass of Mars 6.42 times 10. Wait, am I doing this right? Your mass times the mass of Mars. 6.42 times 10 to the 23rd. Okay, divided by, since we're dealing with Mars, we want to deal with the Mars distance, right? We're not going to do this, we're not going to do whatever that small distance was, because we're dealing with Mars, you and Mars. The distance between you and Mars is here. 7.83 times 10 to the 10, and we know it's distance squared right there. So this is the U plus Mars is set up. Now let's do U plus doctor. Gravitational force equals gravitational constant 6.67 times 10 to the minus 11 times the mass of U, which is again 3.5 kilograms, times the mass of the doctor, which is, where'd he go? 70 kilograms, divided by the distance, which I actually forgot to highlight, so I'm going to highlight that. This highlighting is awesome. So you're only a half a meter away from this dude. 0.5 meters, and then we got to do distance squared. Okay, so let's reiterate the question, just so we kind of have a recap, right? So the question is, astrologers claim that you can figure out your personality based on the planets' relation to you at birth. And scientists are like, yo, the gravitational effects of these planets are so small, they're pretty much insignificant because they're so far away. So you're trying to compare the gravitational effects of the planet to you versus the gravitational effects of you and your doctor. All right? So let's do this one. So this was you and Mars. The gravitational effect between you and Mars is, take a minute to calculate it, 2.44 times 10 to the minus 8 newtons. Ooh, that looks like a W. Minus 8. So you know minus 8 means if we make this into a number, that means the decimal goes 8 times to the left. That's a pretty tiny amount of force, right? That's 0.70244. Pretty small. Versus you and the doctor, which is, take a minute, 6.54 times 10 to the minus 8. So, pretty small, but bigger, right? I mean, it's pretty small, but it is quite a bit bigger than the other one. So, let's see. For these answers, let's just break it up into Mars, gravitational force, versus Doctor. So we got 2.44 times 10 to the minus 8 newtons, because it's a force, versus the Doctor is 6.54 times 10 to the minus 8 newtons, because it's a force. So there you go. There you have it. It looks like the Doctor has more of a gravitational effect than Mars does, in the case that Mars happened to be really close to you when you were born. Awesome!